Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to do a little review today of my Aero Precision EPC-9 build. I've been wanting to build a little 9mm pistol to keep in my truck with me, something small, something concealed. Something I don't have a crazy amount of money into in case it gets stolen. But on Black Friday, Aero Precision, they had a sale on their 9mm lower and upper match set, so I went ahead and picked one up. And I've been slowly building it over the last couple months. I was a little nervous about ordering from Aero Precision. I have a lower from them that I got years ago that I didn't have a problem with, but you see a lot of bad news about them as far as extremely long waits for shipping and all that, and not being able to reach customer service. But I ordered this, and within 2 weeks it shipped out, so no issues there. The only problem with Aero Precision is, like, I got the lower. I was going to do it all Aero Precision, but you know, the barrel's constantly out of stock, and like, just you have to sit there and wait for months for something to come back in, and then you have to buy it like that day, or else it'll be back out of stock for a while. So anyway, I'll go over a quick little. I got the Maxium Defense PDW stock on it. The parts group is a Palmetto State Armory lower parts group with one of their enhanced triggers. Pretty good trigger. I mean, not the greatest in the world, not terrible. And then it's got a Palmetto State Armory extended charging handle on it. And then the optic is a Holosun Ames AMES optic. I like the look of it. I like the reticle. It's not the dual reticle system. It just has the single dot in it, but it's a good little optic. Seems to serve the purpose. And then the Magpul MOE K grip that has a more vertical angle on it, so it doesn't put so much pressure on your wrist from the short stock. And then it's got a Faxan bolt carrier group in it, because the Palmetto State one, I mean the Aero Precision one, was never in stock. So then I got a Midwest Industries suppressor handguard that's a little wider than most, so you can fit a suppressor underneath. I think it's a 10.5 inch, and then I got an 8.5 inch Faxan barrel, because the Aero Precision one was out of stock. And then I got the Holosun RAID light on it. I pulled this off my Gemtech RFB. I don't really care for it. The stream light, I'll probably end up, well, I don't know. I might leave this on here, but I much prefer the Surefire Scout or stream light over this. The beam pattern's just weird. Has a lot of rings, and it just, I don't know, don't care for it much. And then I got the Gemtech Lunar 9 on it, and I got it in the short configuration now. I'm gonna go out and shoot it. I'll add this to the video at the end of the video, but I'm gonna shoot a few rounds in short configuration of subsonic and supersonic, and then I'll shoot a few rounds in the long configuration of subsonic and supersonic. See if there's any difference between the two. I've only shot it in the short configuration so far, but we'll check that out. The one thing I don't like about it, I think that I'm gonna want to shoot it in the long configuration to get it a little quieter, but I don't want to make the gun any longer, because it's already longer than I really wanted. I wish I'd have went a little shorter, but I'm probably gonna order a 5.5 inch barrel and swap the 5.5 inch for the 8.5. That way it'll be 3 inches shorter. I can run it in long configuration. I won't add no length to the gun. It'll be about the same length that it is now. So, but so far I've only shot probably maybe 100 rounds through it, but so far it's been 100% reliable, no issues whatsoever. But I'll put some shooting video in it at the end of the video. So, but let me know what you think. Like in the comments if you think I should change something else, or I do think I'm gonna put a hydraulic buffer in the end because it does have a fair amount of recoil for a 9mm just being blowback. But I think I'll probably put a hydraulic buffer in there to kind of soften up the recoil a little bit. So that might be something I do when I switch the barrel out for 5.5. So, but anyway, let me know if you like it in the comments, if you would change anything about it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks. Okay, so now what I want to do is see the difference between the short configuration and the long configuration on the can. So I got 2 magazines loaded up. The first 3 rounds is 115 grain full metal jacket, which will be supersonic, and then the last 3 rounds are 147 grain hollow points, which should be subsonic, but in this barrel length the other night when I was shooting it, they were coming off supersonic. So we'll see if it happens again today. But we'll run 3 115s, 3 147s through the short configuration, and then I'll take a break and swap to the longer end cap, and then we'll run 3 and 3 again and see if there's a substantial difference between running in the short and the long. So let me get loaded up and we'll... All right, so this will be 3 115 grains supersonics, and then it'll be 3 147s, which will probably still be supersonic, but we'll see. All right, that's the 3 115s, now the 3 147s. A little bit quieter. Well, I loaded up a little more than I thought of that, so that's my fault. I was wondering why it didn't lock back. All right, well, let me switch magazines, swap out the end cap, and we'll get back at it. All right, we're back at it. So here we are. We got the long configuration. So we're gonna do the same thing. First 3 should be 115 grain supersonics. Last 3 should be 147 grain subsonics. Hopefully I loaded the right amount in this magazine, but bear with me if I didn't. I'm still new at this, but anyway, here we go. Whoops, might help if I charge it. That's the supersonics, here's the subs. Alright, so the subs do seem, after about the 2nd or 3rd shot, to be a lot quieter. The first 1 or 2 shots on the subs are supersonic. So I got about 4 or 5 loaded up that I had extra in those magazines. And we'll just run all 4 or 5 through and see the difference. Yeah, all 3 were supersonic, and I mean all 4 were supersonic, and to be honest, I really don't see any difference on this when they're supersonic on the short and long configuration. Maybe when I switch to a 5.5 inch barrel, it'll bring the velocity down some, and the 147s will be subsonic, but right now everything's shooting supersonic. So, but anyway, this is my EPC-9 build. So let me know what you would have done different, or if you like it, or if I'm an idiot. But anyway, as usual, just like and subscribe. Thanks.